Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the New York Jets. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, here's Newton. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 13-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That one good for 10 yards. To throw is Newton. That is incomplete. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
And this team is coming in off of their open week, and to me, a pretty good time to have it, too, because it's pretty much right in the middle of the season. So I would think that they'll be pretty well rested and ready to go for the second half of the season. But even more importantly, they got a little bit of a mental break as well. That's going to help too.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Newton. And he's going to go down again. Quentin Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now Rudolph on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Ford. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I can't believe they let you play.
From the gun on third down, it's Rudolph. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On second down now, it's Ford. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They run with Ford. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Tight end left. Tight end left. You got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
On 1st and 10, Newton. He's got Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
The passer, defense.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
They'll run here with Eckler. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones. A look now at the defensive starters for the Jets. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And the big difference in the game? Their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? A throw out wide caught by Hopkins. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too, but it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
4 down.
They'll run on 1st down. Ford. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
57 to Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rudolph. Herndon's got it complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Single.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. These two teams all tied after 1. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that. You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football, so I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. New York set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. On 1st down, Akers. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Broken tackle. They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And now out comes Houston. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Newton now to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Newton. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. A shotgun snap for Newton. It's complete to Hopkins. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
They don't want it.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Only 2 there on the dump-off. It's 3rd down. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He's able to find Wallace. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play. I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Time for our players spotlight, and it focuses in here on Cam Newton. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they...
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 36. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They will start this drive with Ford and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it'll bring up third down. Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the gun on third down, Newton. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Robbie Anderson making his way back onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Rudolph now to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Ford. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Rudolph. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Rudolph. Throw complete to Herndon. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Back to throw, Rudolph. Herndon hauls it in for the Jet touchdown. Chris Herndon, as the first half is winding down, and the Jets are going to retake the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. 13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Safety's creeping.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we're off to check out another game, and you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you, and you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here are the Jets now to take over. They were winners over the Dolphins last week. They are on top right now as well as they come up 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 3.
They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Rudolph, and it's caught by Herndon. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. On first down, it's Rudolph. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Now Rudolph on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Rudolph. And he fires one incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Seibert's kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Newton. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
We own them. We own them.
Now it's Davis. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. On 2nd and 2, Newton, pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
He'll try it, and he's in. It's a Houston Texans touchdown. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So that drive, 4 plays. And the final piece to the puzzle was the Cam Newton touchdown run. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mason Rudolph leading this offense out for their next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Rudolph looking to throw it. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Key to tight end. Key to tight end. We got 4. We got 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rudolph. He's got his man. That's Hardman. A good pickup there, a 22.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now it's Rudolph. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Draw play to Ford. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Rudolph. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Rudolph looking to throw, and that is incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Rudolph. Rudolph loses the football. It's out. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Once more, here's Eckler. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He'll get this to Eckler. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rudolph completes it to Hardman. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 1st and 10, Rudolph. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team that had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 37-yard line. Here's Rudolph. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll try the left side. Akers. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Mike, 57. Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
3rd and long, it's Rudolph. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ford. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Texans on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Newton. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They fake the give. Newton. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. New York set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll get 5 on the dump off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here's Rudolph. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. The Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me out.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Another try after the first down sack. Newton. And his throw here's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. To throw is Newton. And that is incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They'll run on first down. Ford. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. And Anderson's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. From the 27, Rudolph. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon. And that'll make it 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And they give this time to the tailback. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Back to throw, Rudolph.
We know that old expression.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Seibert on for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation. The catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
Newton on first down. It's complete to Hopkins. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Here we go.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now Newton. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. An 11-yard touchdown, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Extra point splits the uprights, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the side.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Rudolph. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ford. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. The Texans here on third down putting an extra defender in the secondary. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down. From the 17, Newton throwing the out route and complete. That's Terry. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. On first down, it's Newton. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Newton. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's it, baby. That's it.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. On 4th down, Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football.
They won't, and offensively, your challenge, should you choose to accept it, take care of the football and run out the clock. They can't just go and turtle, as we like to call it, just tuck in and just sit on the ball here. Try and get that 1st down and finish the game off.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This is Ford. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, Akers. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Austin Seibert on for the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Our ball, baby. Our ball.
Well, Charles, a game and a decision that people may be talking about tomorrow for sure. Had a chance at a long field goal there at the end to try and tie it. They elect to not kick it, and they lose the game.
And I think what we'd all love to see is that little slip of paper that the special teams coach handed to head coach before the game that said, this is where our kicker is good from today. This is where he feels confident, because that might be the absolute mark that tells us, okay, maybe we have to run more offense because maybe he doesn't feel good about kicking it from this distance.
So for the Jets, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2, and they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Houston, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.